Hey guys, Richard James here, again bringing you another video. So I hope you're all having a good week. For you guys that are in the UK, I know the weather is absolutely horrendous. Let's hope for a good summer. I'm hoping that basically the weather systems will get all this wetness out of the way now, and then we'll have a beautiful summer in the next few months. Cross fingers. Okay, so basically, firstly, let me say a big thank you to all you guys that have recently subscribed, and also to you guys that have been with me for a good number of months and have stuck with me. I really appreciate that. I just want to say on that note, for you people that are viewing my channel newly, welcome. Hope you enjoy this video. But also, if you do subscribe, which you can by clicking the button in the bottom right hand corner, just take note that my channel, it doesn't stick to one subject. It's usually all to do with crypto though, and it is all to do with making money online. But it's not always about cloud mining. It's not always about investments. I throw different stuff in there, basically just to obviously give you guys something new to watch, but also as well that, if I come across anything new that's worth looking at, then for me it's worth doing a video on. But don't think that, if I do a few videos on cloud mining and then suddenly change that's cloud mining over and I'm never going to do another video on it, and then you guys think, oh, forget that, that's, I'm going to after week, because I like to have a gap between videos so you can see the progress of the things I'm trying to show you. So anyway, basically what this video is about today is security. After all this time, I've brought you videos, like I say, on cloud mining, on different things to invest in, where to put your cryptocurrency, how to make your cryptocurrency for free, all this stuff. But the thing is, though, once you've got all this cryptocurrency, the last thing you want to have happen is for you to lose it. So that's why this video is gonna be talking about not only security on your online wallets, but we're also going to be looking at these three hardware wallets and doing a bit of a compare and contrast video about those. But firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over to my CoinPot wallet, and then I'll talk to you about the security that you can enable in there, that make sure obviously any coins that you're building up in there are kept safe. After all, the CoinPot faucets are something that I've talked to you about on a regular basis, and it's and for me, keeping these things safe and you guys safe is very important. So let's go and check that out. Okay guys, so this here is my CoinPot wallet, and the reason why, one of the main reasons why I'm picking this is it is a good example of what I've been talking about, or what I want to talk about, but also as well, in recent weeks I've actually tried to do 2 withdrawals for 500,000 Bitcoin or Satoshis, and neither actually turned up to my wallet. So obviously this is a little concerning, and I've actually spoke to one other person that has had issues with CoinPot. Obviously the Moon faucets work perfectly fine. We all get our money into our wallets with no problem, and most of the times in the past I've had no problem with making withdrawals, but I just happen to have had these 2 withdrawals not turn up to either. There were actually 2 different addresses, and they didn't turn up to either. And when I tried to contact support, unfortunately support did not get back to me, and I've not seen the coins, and this is like over a month ago. So anyway, we're going to do a couple of things. One thing I'm going to talk to you is about the security. After all, that is what the wallet is. The video is about the security that you can put onto or set up in CoinPop, which then makes your wallet more secure. So obviously anything that is in there, it basically is very difficult for someone to hack, unless you're silly enough and give them the passcode, basically. So that is called the second factor security. So obviously you have your first factor security, which is your username and password, and then you have a second factor which works on an algorithm. So basically, if you want to set up this security, the first thing you need to do is get on your mobile phone. If you've got an Android, go to Google Play and download the Google Authenticator app. And then obviously if you've got an iPhone, go to, I guess, the iTunes Market, is it? And then also download the Google Authenticator app. Basically what this does, this allows you to scan a what's known as a QR code through your phone. Well, basically, obviously, it's on the site. In fact, let me give you an example. Okay, so basically, what you would do is you'd go into your profile here, and you'd click on that, and then you'll get a little menu, and it will say account details. You go into your account details, and it will say activate second factor security, and when you go into that, you'll get something like this. And what you do, this square with a black and white weird colours on it, or weird shapes on it, is what's known as a QR code. So basically it works the same way as a barcode, but it's just done in this way rather than in a bar. And I believe it actually contains a bit more information than a barcode. So basically what you do is, you've got your app, your Google Authenticator that you've downloaded to your mobile phone. You open up the app, and then in the bottom corner you'll see a little plus sign. It might be in the top corner, but on the Android version it's in the bottom right hand corner, and you click plus. And that will then ask you how you want to enter your QR code. As you can see here, this is the physical, like that, the code as a number. I always use scan code, and then what that does is uses your the camera on your phone, and it brings up a little transparent square, and you put that over this QR code, and then you'll hear a beep, or your phone will slightly vibrate, and then you'll see in the listing of your Google Authenticator, it will say something like CoinPot, and then have your email address, and then you'll see there's a 6-digit number there, and also a little timer that runs down. And basically this is what makes second factor security so secure, is the little timer only lasts 15 seconds. So that code, that 6-digit code, is only valid for 15 seconds, and then another code will pop up and the timer will start running down again. So basically that code can only be used in that 15-second window. So that means obviously if you log in or you log out, even if someone has somehow got your account details, they still need the second factor security code to then, once because obviously they might have your username, they might have your password, but they still need the second factor security code, that 6-digit code. And that 6-digit code, like I say, is only valid for 15 seconds. So that makes your account much more secure. The only thing I will, and I've had this asked me a few times when I've told people to enable second factor security on anything, is when you scan this, you see, this is actually what I'm showing you here is not actually from CoinPot. I just got an example from off Google, basically, to show you. The steps are very similar, but what it will say before you actually activate it, it will give you another code, which is a secret code, and it will either be in the form of a load of numbers, like I think it's like 24 or 12 digit number it can be, or it will be something like 16 random words. You have to write that down, whether it's the random words, whether it's a 24 digit number, or whether it's your 12 digit number or whatever. You've got to write that down. And the reason why you have that is in the event of your phone breaking, in the event of you losing your phone. With that secret code, you can still access your account, and then you would then disable the second factor using that code, and then re-enable it, scan it again on your new phone, on your authenticator, and then you're all set up as normal. But if you don't have that secret code, you can't get into your account, and even emailing most support, they will say, sorry, if you don't have the secret code, you can't get into your account, because obviously that is that safety net, that is security. And obviously if they were to just give out your details or allow you to access the account, then anybody could do it. If they got your account details, they can ring up, oh yeah, I've lost my phone, can you just allow me to access my account, disable the second factor. If they were going to do that for anybody, then obviously there's no point in having it. So that's what I'm saying. You got to make sure you have the secret code. It'll always give you the secret code, usually underneath the QR code, somewhere like underneath or even next to it, somewhere like that. It will say something like, write this code down before enabling second factor security. So make sure you do that, please. In the past, I've had no end of people come to me saying, hey Rich, is there any way I've lost my phone, is there any way of getting past the second factor security? No, because that's the point of it. Anyway, let's move on. I think I've stressed that enough to you guys. So that is one way that you can secure your online account. But the big thing is if, say, for instance, the online wallet you are using, for some reason they go down, or for some reason they just disappear, then all your coins have gone. No matter how secure that account is, those coins have gone. So that's why at the beginning I showed you those hardware wallets. We're going to go into them in a second. But first, what I'm going to do, because I am slightly worried about what is going on with CoinPot and obviously my two withdrawals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the largest amount I've got on here. So this is 42 million Litoshis. I'm going to withdraw that to my Bitcoin wallet, and I'm going to see if it arrives. And if it doesn't arrive, then obviously it's not great, because that'd be three withdrawals that have not turned up to our wallet. So maybe we'd have to start looking at, I don't know, is CoinPot just on the way out, or is something else happening, or whatever. I know with obviously the spike in the Bitcoin price, that at one point in their news they were saying that Bitcoin withdrawals were taking a long time. But like I say, I did these two withdrawals over a month ago and they've still not received them. So, and also on that's why I'm picking a different coin. I'm picking Litecoin. So if that turns up, then it's all good. And maybe there was just, because of the amount of people that were withdrawing or whatever, because of how much it shot up, the price had gone up. Maybe it was just that. But let's check it out. So let's go and withdraw, make a withdrawal. Okay, so here we go. There's withdraw Litecoin. Okay guys, so here we are in the withdrawal. So I'm going to put in the wallet address. Okay, so that's the wallet, that's the address it's going to. So we're going to say maximum amount there. I mean, you guys are probably thinking, well, you know, if you're that, but why are you risking it? Well, at the end of the day, why are you risking all of it? Well, at the end of the day, if I can't get all of it out, I'm not going to be able to get part of it out. So at the end, so the way I look at it, it's if it's working, it's working. If it's not working, then it ain't working. So anyway, so let's right. So with second factor security, like I say, because it needs the code here to do a withdrawal, because obviously mine is enabled. But as you only have 15 seconds, and then you have to do a faucet, do the faucet first, because your code won't be valid by the time if your faucet takes any length of time, because sometimes it doesn't verify it straight away. Right, so it did there. So anyway, so now we put in our, and obviously you guys can watch me do this, because after 15 seconds it's not worth anything. So 309, and then what we do is we then hit withdraw. Okay, so we confirm that withdrawal. And then it says it has sent an email to my email address, and then you basically have, I think it's an hour to go into that email and click on the confirm link. At the bottom there is a cancel link if you've made a mistake, or if, say for instance, you didn't actually authorize the withdrawal anyway. So right, my CoinPot email has just turned up, and I'm clicking on the confirm. So if you've done it right, when you click on the confirm and then go back into your dashboard, this should be at 0. So we go in. And there we go. So everything's gone right, it's gone through, and then we've just got to see if it turns up in 48 hours. Okay, so that's pretty much all we're going to look at CoinPot, and then now we're going to go and discuss the hardware wallets, the pros and the cons of the top 3 wallets that are currently around. Okay. Okay, so these are the top selling hardware wallets at the moment. So you have the KeepKey here, the Ledger Nano S, and the Trezor. So Trezor have a few different adaptations of their hardware wallet, but the one you're looking at now is their most well known and the one that's been around the longest, basically. So when it comes to these hardware wallets, obviously a lot of it comes down to personal choice, really. I'll give you a bit of a background. I personally own a Trezor wallet. The main reason is that at the time I bought my hardware wallet, the KeepKey and the Ledger Nano S, well, the KeepKey wasn't around, for starters, and the Ledger hadn't been around very long. So Trezor had the best track record. And obviously, since 2014, when the Trezor was first introduced, it has essentially held the market share of purchasers or buyers. But then the Ledger, the Nano Ledger, or Ledger Nano came on the market and pretty much overtook the Trezor. And but the main reason why the Ledger overtook the Trezor wasn't because it was any more secure or for any real fundamental reason, apart from the fact that the Ledger at the time, and still does, holds a lot of coins. So it's not just Bitcoin or not just Litecoin or Ethereum. It holds a lot of coins. It holds Ripple. It holds Bitcoin Cash. All the, Litecoin. All the ones that you think of. Even some of the smaller ones like Digibyte, I believe it holds as well. So that's why the Ledger Nano became so popular and sort of pushed Trezor into second place. Anyway, now the Trezor actually holds just as many coins with the new firmware updates and the updates on their site, on the Trezor site. The Trezor holds pretty much just as many coins and as many diverse coins as the Ledger Nano does. The Keep key in this respect sort of falls definitely into third place in the sense of that it only holds a very small amount of coins, and basically those coins are the most popular ones, such as Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, those kind of coins. And so therefore, like the smaller coins such as Ripple, Monero and stuff like that don't really get a look in with Keep key. So apart from that, really when it comes down to security, they are all pretty much as secure as each other. So in that respect, it's very difficult to separate them. So that's why your choice, if you were choosing between one of these three, it basically just come down to like a real personal choice. When it comes to size, the Trezor is the smallest. As to use the Ledger, it has to be opened up, so therefore it's about twice the size of the Trezor. But once obviously use has been finished with, it can be folded down to around about the same size as the Trezor. The Keep key, however, is probably the biggest out of the three. Also as well with the Ledger, it does have the advantage of just looking like a thumb drive. All of these obviously connect to your computer via either, as you can see with the Keep key, a USB cable. Also the same with the Ledger and also with the Trezor. Unfortunately, none of these connect directly into a USB port. You do have to have like a micro USB connector or something like that to connect it to your computer. But the only other difference that really sort of stands out is probably the aesthetics. So how it looks. The Keep key definitely gets a number one on this. At this point, it's really solid in your hands. It's really nicely made, and it's a great piece of kit to look at. It's a great piece of kit. The Trezor, however, that's just made out of some very sturdy shock-proof plastic. It will withstand a lot more than just a drop on the floor, and the Ledger Nano, obviously it has an aluminium outer and a good solid inner as well. The other thing where the Trezor for me stands out a bit, and the Keep key as well, is the size of the screen, because that's one thing you have to think of. Is the size of the screen means that basically the larger the screen, the more information that can be put on that screen at any one time. So that means that you're not having to sort of flick through screens to log in or set up and things like that, because the size of the screens on both the KeepKey and the Trezor can hold a lot more information than the Ledger. So again, this comes down to another personal choice. But obviously, I'm sure you guys out there are probably thinking, well, but what do they cost? Actually, cost-wise, they are very similar. They're around about $100 or something like that. I realise for a lot of you guys, that might be a little steep, but what you've got to think of is what they give you, and it is massive security. Because unlike an online wallet, which could be, obviously open to hacking, hopefully with the 2FA security enabled, you should be okay on that side. But then, like I say, what happens if all of a sudden the company that's hosting your wallet disappears? That's where your coins have just gone as well. But with these hardware wallets, basically what you do is you'll obviously go on to the site, you plug your hardware wallet into your computer, it then starts to sync with the site. You type in your PIN code or whatever the means of entry is, and also you have to realize that the security on these wallets it's like on Trezor, for instance, it's actually better than the security on your online banking. That is how good it is. The KeepKey or a Ledger, like I say, security-wise, they're all on very much a similar level. Price-wise, they're very similar level. And these wallets, they can all be bought from places like Amazon, any good online dealer. But make sure that you obviously getting a new one. If you buy one, it turns up and the box has clearly been opened, send it back. Do not use it. And that's it, really. To set these things up is very simple. I mean, you can have pretty much any one of these set up in about 5 minutes. It's a simple process. You go onto the site, follow the instructions, and that's it. You're set up. Obviously, you need to remember things like any PIN codes that you use, any passwords that you use, all that kind of stuff. But then as soon as you've got that, it will obviously, any accounts, obviously, like I say, with the Trezor and the Ledger, they are a multi-coin wallet. So you log into each coin essentially separately. Not log in, you don't have to log into the website for every time you want to look at a different coin, but there'll be a drop down in the your account, and then you pick your coin, you click on that, that'll open, that'll sort of rejig your screen, and then you'll be in that wallet. And then obviously you can get your receiving addresses, your sending addresses, whatever, it's all there, and like I say, the great thing is even with the Trezor, obviously I'm only saying this from my experience of Trezor, is if that's logged in, and somehow you get a virus on your computer, or you have a virus on your computer, your Trezor, or your I don't know about the others, but I know the Trezor, you're still safe. If you're in the middle of doing something in your account, then say your wallet disconnects, it doesn't matter. You can basically just sort of shut your computer down, restart it, go back in to your account, and then and it's fine. It doesn't matter. Basically, because that is how secure it is, and also obviously, with the Trezor, again, I know it sounds like I'm really pushing the Trezor. I'm not. Basically, I'm not even going to put any links in the description for this, because you guys can go and check it out. Go onto Amazon or wherever you're thinking of buying one. Check it out yourself, because I'm not doing this as any sort of promotion or anything like that. I'm just bringing you this information because I want you guys to know that anything you earn, that you're spending time earning, is going to remain safe and you're not going to lose it. Because like I say, I mean, you can go in, like I say, if I disconnect, if I'm in my account and disconnect my Trezor, it just basically just says, it will just tell me to click a button, and then you can just go back in and everything's okay. It's not a problem. It doesn't, you know, you don't end up with corruption or anything like that by doing that. Obviously, it's not ideal. You want to sort of log out correctly, but if it does happen, it's not a worry. And also as well, you regularly get firmware updates, so obviously that keeps your account even safer, and obviously any improvements they make are instantaneous. And on the screen, it always gives you a step by step. If you're withdrawing from your account, you'll so you put your address in, you put how much in, and then when you click send, it will pop up on your screen the address, and it'll make sure it'll ask you to confirm that the address on the screen is the same on the screen on your wallet, is the same as the address on your computer, and things like that. It's just these double confirmations to make sure that everything is secure and the coins are going to where they're meant to be going. That's it really. Like I say, when it comes to these things, a lot of it is personal choice. Do you like something that looks cool but at the end but then has a slight downfall because it won't hold so many coins? Do you want something that's you know, a little bit doesn't have that's maybe can be concealed better, like the Ledger, because it just looks like a thumb drive, but then has the downfall of not having such a big screen? Or do you want something that possibly doesn't have the most protection, so, like the Trezor, but like I say, it's still good and solid and will withstand a drop and a bit more, no problem, but yet then has one of the biggest screens, so it can give you the most information. You know, like I say, price wise, they're all pretty much the same. And so you got to think about what you're, you know, are you planning on? Do you want to have a portfolio of lots of different coins? Then, if that's the case, you need to go for either the Ledger or the Trezor. You know, all these things need to be considered. Go and do your homework, check out the prices, and then you make that decision. At the end of the day, if you decide not to go with any of them, that is totally fine. That is your decision, and as long as you're happy with that, then I'm happy too. Right, so I'm going to leave that there. I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys for watching. Please remember, if you found this information interesting and useful, and you want to see more information to do with crypto and earning crypto online, where to get it free, where to invest it, you know, things like that, cloud mining, all these things that I do, don't forget to click the subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. Also click on the notification bell to make sure you get alerted to when all my new videos come out. I normally do a video on a Wednesday and on a weekend, either a Saturday or a Sunday. They are usually my days. Sometimes I sometimes also throw in a bonus video as an extra during the week, but not all the time. So those 2 days are the 2 days you want to be looking out for my videos. Anyway, thanks again for you guys that have recently subscribed, and for all you guys that have recently signed up for any of the programs that I've promoted. Take care, have a great rest of your week, and I'll speak to you on the weekend. Thanks a lot, bye.